Yo, what's up, guys? I have completely harvested my crops. Jetxc Farmer has finally completed his season of farming. All the drama, so I really appreciate you guys for listening in. And we're done farming. We're done farming. We are back to the regular maintenance. And honestly, I kind of was gonna do this video tomorrow morning, but I thought I might as well do it now, just because there's actually quite a few things I do want to talk about, right? In general, this is going to be like a very big update. We've got the character pack Yoma Busters, which actually is fully voiced, which I was kind of surprised that it is, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, after that, we've got like a bunch of quality of life. They're combining like the buttons for collecting Glutty and Glitter. We've got like gear, quality of life, how we look at crit damage and how it's calculated, right, which is like it's calculated off of one hit. We've kind of talked about a lot of this stuff within the patch, so I do highly recommend you guys actually kind of go over it, but we have talked about it before, so there are a few things that I did want to focus on, which, oh, by the way, Fantasia Square are adding avatars. So what, they've got Wilhelmina and Nightblood Ustia, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I know a lot of people are liking Fantasia Square, so a good new gameplay mode for them, or casual mode, I guess I should say, right? So we all know that essentially everything is back to normal. So just so you guys know, the Liberta skin will be coming. You have a month to get her. If they ever do a rerun for her, she will definitely cost $60, and with how much they've been hyping up the skin, it's going to be a crazy one. But essentially you get it in the season pass that's coming up for the patch. So it is the level 2 reward in the Golden Tamago Season Pass. That's all you got to do, right? And then you've got from the 15th to the 12th to get it, right? So pretty simple. Now, just to let you guys know, after that, the whole talk about the region or country that is essentially censoring everything, they did mention that really quickly here. I think it was, yeah. Where is it? Critical damage activation. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Yeah, number 14. So temporarily hiding certain costume skills and cutscenes. They have still yet to say what country. I've heard that there's been some people on the official Discord. I got to get back on the official Discord, by the way. But yeah, it could be the UK. Again, I would not be surprised if it was the US, but I don't know. I'm thinking about all the games that are on the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store on the US region, and I can't see it. But we'll see. We'll see who it is. We will know as soon as the update actually happens, and I'll definitely be checking the eligible costumes that will be temporarily taken down. And basically what they're doing is they're turning off the cutscenes for these characters, right? Including the interaction if you're in that country. So we'll see what they do with that in the future. Honestly, good on the devs for bringing everything back and not wanting to censor anymore. And by the way, full Korean and Japanese voiceover for chapter 19, right? So one thing I want to get into is Granadier here, and we've got one other thing I want to talk about. But Granadier, the reason why I also want to make this video now is because she is going to be the new magic buffer going into 2026. If you guys remember, before all the drama happened, there was talk about having a complete magic what's it, like a magic update for the first half of this year. So she's going to be important. Both of her costumes are going to be important because she's like her own version of Rafitia, except pretty much for magic teams, right? So her Shrine Maiden Purification at +5, she's going to apply an overall augmentation for 4 turns, increasing her damage to 115%, or increasing the team's damage to 115% here, right? And as you can see, this is her range. So she's got the same range as like Diana's shield costume pretty much, right? So she's got a pretty big range there. And then she absorbs debuff from allies. For each debuff absorbs, you get an extra 10% damage augmentation, and that's for 4 turns, and it can stack up to 15 times. So if we look at here, additional augmentation is +2 turns with skill potential. right? So it'll be for 6 turns. Now, this is perfect for Fiend Hunt and Guild Raid. So obviously, this is going to be a more meta / competitive costume. But overall, 115 bonus damage is pretty great. And depending on how much debuffs you get hit with, it'll be insane for the future. And obviously, you don't have to necessarily use this with magic. However, her second costume, if we go down to her Queen of Glutty's Granadier here, right? At +5 for 1 SP, for 4 turns, your ally restores 1 SP at the end of each turn. Ally magic attack is increased by 70% for 4 turns, and then ally magic attack is increased by 65% for 2 turns. Now, if you guys recognize how this is stated, it's pretty much like Lathel, how he's able to like buff up physical units. This is essentially what Granadier is doing, but she also gives you 1 SP for 4 turns for your allies, right? So a pretty overall great costume. And I think, and maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think each ally gets 1 SP, so you should get a total of like 5 or 4, or it's just you get 1 SP in general. Let me know in the comments, but regardless, the SP return is going to be huge here. And then having the extra magic boost for 2 turns is insane. Magic increased by 5%, 10%. So this will be 80%, and then this will be 70% at the end of it. So both of these costumes, I'm already going to say it, it's definitely going to be a +5. Obviously, if you're a newer player, definitely be a little bit temperament on your pulls, right? You can always go with +1 to get the slight -1 on the SP consumption. So just remember that, and this could be +3. But I would highly suggest at least going to +1 if you're new. Everybody else, man, if you've been playing for a good while, to make life easier for yourself, you guys know I used to talk about Helena and Lathel and Diana. It's just best to get costumes like this +5, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's her exclusive weapon. You don't necessarily have to get this. Obviously, I say that for most weapons, but for supports, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and we should be getting some other units here. We got a rerun of Onsen Liberta, rerun of Ulstein, and then we've got the schedule here for the upcoming characters that are happening, right? And remember, we're getting Blade on the 29th. Now, just real quick, because I did want to say, I just realized that the developers, and this is part of another reason why I want to make the video, along with Granadier, this year we are getting magic units for the first half of the year, right? So that means all of the units that they tease will all be magic units, right? So the Dong Tan dress outfits that they teased, they both have to be magic units. So one of them, I think both of them is one Olivier, and I think the other one is Michaela. Right, just based off of the curves and the booba size, it's either Michaela for the one on the left, or it's like some new character, and I just don't know, but I really do think it's Michaela. And like I said, the other one on the right pretty much looks like Olivier, you know, just based off body type, the hair, and the booba. So we'll see, right? Or they just could be completely new characters, but that's my guess. But every single time we get a sneak peek of a new character, until at least we get to the summer, it should be a magic character, right? And this is also a clue too. We may get an Olivier. Actually, I was about to say we may get our Olivier Gluppy Diner in February, but I think not quite yet. But she's probably, if that is in fact Olivier, the Gluppy Diner is probably going to be with that Dong Tan dress. So yeah, but that's really about it, guys. Keep that in mind. So Magic will be getting an update this year, so definitely look forward to Magic characters, at least until we're in the summer. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Good luck on the Granadier pulls, and yeah, I'm out. Later.